Alright, there we go. Let's get Rowdy rolling properly today, shall we? Once our lag is done. So we're gonna need to fast forward to the Airy so we can get to the good stuff today.
Hey, Popola. Need a hand with anything?
Like your betrayal?
I do have something, but I don't know.
I'm sure I...
Aren't you? Well, you know the little wooden...
The one where the pill...
Exactly.
Wait, really?
Yes, I know. One of the carpenters was seriously injured.
I'll go...
If you're up for it.
I'll be fine. I'm as strong... Heck,
Oh? Anyway.
Yep.
Meow. I'm gonna learn to make some awesome food for Krendar too. Give me more mutton. Krendar 2, Electric Boogaloo. Actually. Oops. Oh, I can't check my inventory because I don't have Vice. I'm not sure exactly how much mutton I have right now. Wait, this is the wrong spot. Whoopsie. I won't be able to buy items once I get to the part where the story changes? Huh, not even weapons? Better get my lily leaf sword then. Where you guys going? Come here. Don't bother with the weapons. Interesting. Okay. I will trust you on that one.
Okay.
Hey, possibly Tony. How's it going? What's up? How has Ghost of Tsushima been treating you? Apparently they just announced an expansion. Yeah, apparently the expansion is a standalone. And it's called like there's some other name, like the Ghost of Ikushima or something like that.
You're back.
Hey, Popola.
Did everything go all right?
I might be getting that name wrong.
I'm fine.
Something starting with an I.
Oh, thank goodness. I was so worried. I felt like I sent you into a really
Popola.
I know, it's just... Oh, here.
Wow.
Go buy something nice for Yonah, okay?
Hey, there's a Kai. Krendar 2 and Kai 3.
She came by...
What?
I think it's okay.
About what?
Some sort of fly in here.
She was asking about the outside world.
You mean
Exactly.
she's probably
Alright, Kai,
getting
get in here. We got a
ready for
toast
some
to do.
fun again.
Don't worry. I made sure to remind...
Thanks.
But she was worried about...
Yeah.
So Nova, I assume... Oh, hey Kai. Nova, I assume there was probably also no point in worrying about unlocking gardening this time around? Probably not much point. Happy beer day, my friend Kai.
Beer day to you as well.
Clinkies.
Keys.
Ah.
I tell you, some days there's nothing better than a nice, chilly summer shandy.
I wouldn't know. I shall have to try this someday.
It's like a
Alright.
light, not like a gross light beer, but just like a lighter beer with a little bit of lemon in it.
Oh, that does sound nice. Also, Tony and Nova, if you guys have a drink of any kind, feel free to join the Clinkies.
Yonah? What?
This is the one where I leave the library to go home to find out that Yonah's at the library. Because YOKO TARO is a master of quest design.
Really good faker.
He's getting better. Shitty quest flow was kind of a thing back in the Nintendo Wii days. And prior.
I
think
better
because
go.
as the technology develops, still takes a little bit for people to recognize how to use it. And
Yeah.
gaming is one of those industries
Hey,
that's always
Paula?
changing. So.
Really?
You have
For sure.
any idea?
She stopped by or...
Did she say
She just asked if I told her how they...
why is
What's...
yesterday? Then
Blah, 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 blah. Oh shit. The game just crashed. It got offended that I was going blah 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 at it. Hold on. Let me just make sure you're not hiding in Task Manager somewhere. No. Okay. Thankfully, OBS can survive having the game crash and it doesn't corrupt the file, unlike, or the recording file, unlike certain other recording programs I've used in the past. Where if your game crashes, the recording gets corrupted. I don't remember the name of them anymore. And that's fine. They're irrelevant.
They are an irrelevant.
Yes. This conversation has nothing to do with the elephant. And this is why I save the game a lot.
Yonah?
Your stream up to Discord still didn't open.
What's that? Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The crashing does kill the stream in Discord. I forgot about that. There we go. I'm trying to remember how long it takes before we do the giant monster kill in the area. I think we should be able to get to it today. Maybe. Probably. Not sure how much farther we're gonna get though.
Hey,
Really?
you have... Did
What?
Yeah, then... What's... Got it.
I don't know if the way it is for anybody else. Day after
Yonah,
an anxiety
I
attack,
have to get to the Eastern
I'm
Gate.
freaking tired.
That makes sense. I wouldn't know because I don't think I've ever actually had one, but... Well, I've had something close to one. Maybe once or twice, but... I don't think it was quite all the way there to count properly. But it makes sense. That sounds like some shit that would drain a lot of your energy, you know?
Just the, quarter year is coming up here, and, about time for my quarterly panels, blood panels.
I can't believe...
For your quarterly what?
For my quarterly blood panels, for them to make sure that everything is going as everything is meant to, and that I've been dreading it from the very beginning. And now I've got like 3 weeks to make it happen.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
This is one of those make or break situations that if something's not within reasonable limits,
Oh! You motherfucker.
we're kind of over, you know?
I was gonna leave you alone.
Now you need to get his butt meat.
Now your entire family has to die.
Revenge.
Don't the rest of you be getting any ideas? I require your butt detached from the rest of you.
That's what?
I hope not. This is goats we're talking about.
It's true, I'm 50% Irish, not Scottish.
Also, to be specific, actual goats are not hot, unlike anthro goats, which are very hot.
Depending on the goats.
Well, obviously.
Still have yet to really, as an overall statement, there's been a few, like, here and there that knew how to pull it off. Still not into bunnies.
I find
I
that
don't
super
know why.
weird. Bunnies are
Like-
cute as hell.
Look at...
I think that might be the problem. They're too fucking cute.
To the
There's
point that it sort of, non-sexualizes them for you.
They're also vapid, so that might be part of the problem.
I mean, depends on the individual.
But just
But vapid is definitely not hot. That's why I don't understand it when people like bimbos, you know? Like, okay, somebody who dresses sexy, yes. Somebody who acts like a vapid airhead, no.
Right. Like, I think that's sort of why Judy Hopps is sort of an outlier for that particular role for me, because she's absolutely not vapid. Like,
oh, she's a badass.
Right. Like, she's sensitive, but she's not dumb.
Oh yeah, sensitive and dumb are completely unrelated concepts.
I guess a lot of the Anthro Bunny characters, for me, with the sensitivity felt fake, and they were purposefully vapid. And it's like, nah, I'm okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm okay with none of that.
I'll agree with that. I have not experienced these characters, but based on that description, I will agree with the conclusion for those particular people.
It's been an unfortunate majority for me, and while that may not be the gold standard, it has colored my opinion, I guess we can say.
Yeah.
At least I can admit my biases and where they come from.
Oh yeah. Everybody's got some sort of biases to some level. Although I do find that you seem to have a situation where your opinions get thrown off wildly by your life experiences, like the way you feel about anthro bunnies or anthro otters. Highly affected by people you've known.
Yeah.
Ruining it for you. Whereas I find I don't know, maybe I'm the one that's unusual, but I find I'm
coming, Yonah.
I'm pretty much good at compartmentalizing things like that, you know?
I hate to use the trauma card here, but, you know, trauma be that way sometimes.
In reference to the otter thing, that is a thing, yeah. I mean, that one makes sense.
I was talking with Timmy earlier, and he was really excited about one of the games that he wants to play, and it's a SpongeBob-related game, and I said,
Shades here too?
just to, you know, don't take this
Oh,
personally, but I won't be involved with any of those streams. Like, I'm not gonna raid in when you playing it or whatever.
Uh-huh. Battle for Bikini Bottom or whatever it's called.
I don't know, but
I
like,
think there's only one game of that, but I might be wrong.
like back in middle school / high school, I was the only person in the building that just didn't get it. Like, I didn't understand what was so fucking fantastic about this thing that everybody was raving about, and I was bullied because of this. So as weird as it sounds, I have emotional trauma about SpongeBob.
Well, I mean, context makes sense. I've never watched an episode, but I've seen clips of it here and there, and I don't see the point. I don't get it either. Like, it's got a bit of a Ren and Stimpy energy to it, except it seems to be a lot more poorly written.
I think it would have been better if they let the writers do what they intended on in the first place, rather than trying to shoehorn it into a kids' show.
Yeah.
Originally, it was supposed to be an adult cartoon, and SpongeBob and Patrick were gay lovers. If that weren't fucking obvious. Like,
Would have been more interesting. I don't know, it feels like, from what I've seen as well, SpongeBob himself seems to be an incredibly annoying character. And that would have killed it for me just by itself.
That's what
It seems to be like a little high-pitched spaz.
And I think that's what happens when you try and shoehorn something into a kid's show.
Yeah. So I already dislike it just because of that.
Like, take any of the other shows, and just say, oh no, we're going to take this character, or this show with very clearly cartoon characters that was intended for adults and just dumb it right the fuck down, and imagine how bad it would be, and you'd have SpongeBob.
That sounds pretty bad.
At least that's my opinion of it, so I never got it. I would have loved to have seen the original, with the original idea of it.
Yeah, that could have been cool. Especially if SpongeBob himself was a different kind of character.
But even if he was the same kind of character, just acted in a totally different way. Like,
Well, that's what I meant by same kind of character, like, still all squealy and irritating.
Yeah. Skip the squealy and irritating and maybe dial the flamboyant up to an 11. That would be... I mean, that's Will and Grace levels of funny, right there.
That reminds me, actually. We came across something during our podcast today that is along these lines, come to think of it. Have you heard of this new show called Q-Force?
Q4. Is that the one with the all-gay team of...
Like special agents? Yeah.
Yeah, Blast was talking about it on my stream the other day, and I'm just listening to this, and it's like, okay, so where's my check for, for selling my people like this?
I mean,
not a single thing of it sounded like...
Selling your people is definitely what it is. It's,
Yeah. It seemed very gay-baity to me, and it's like, please don't.
It was very, very pandering. To be fair, the trailer actually had some good goofs in it, and it seemed like the show might have a bit of personality, but according to one of our viewers in the chat, apparently it's one of those things where the only good parts of the show that existed got put into the trailer, and the show actually ends up being bland and boring otherwise.
Honestly, I would have expected better from the guy who created it, considering, you know, just how fucking hilarious he was in Will and Grace.
Oh, it was him?
Yeah, the yeah, I can't remember his name, but the
I don't think I ever knew.
The super Twinkie one.
I assume you mean the main guy. I guess that'd be Will?
No, it's actually their friend. Like,
and
he is in real life just as gay as he was in that show. I would have expected way better considering who was behind it. And it's just, I'm listening to the synopsis and it's like, okay, so maybe you don't.
Yeah. I mean, the premise is weird to begin with, but apparently, as it turned out, it was, I don't know. The trailer was kind of funny, but apparently it's one of those misleading trailers. Although they did have a man with an amazing mustache. Like, there's a super dapper guy on the team that was pretty cool. Unfortunately, he never got to speak.
Background agendas and script writing today ruin a lot of stuff like that. I absolutely agree. I 100% agree.
Hey, Burnswell.
Why I say, as much as people liked hating the movie, I keep calling it new. It's not new anymore. It's a couple years old. But the Power Rangers film. When Saban Films got a hold of the asset again. A lot of people thought it was way too campy. I say, but okay, sure, it was campy as fuck. So was the original series.
It's supposed to be campy.
Right, but if you want really good fucking representation of people who are autistic, of people who are gay, of people who are of color, and ways that are realistic and where nobody points it out, it's just a thing, that's the movie you watch, because it was done fucking brilliantly.
Nice.
Absolutely brilliantly.
Looks like you can get outside.
That's why I was so excited for the sequel, but the sequel won't happen because certain parties bought it and shelved it.
Oh, rude.
Hell, there was that they were even going to do a gender swap on one of the major characters from the series, which everybody was on board for.
I've never been huge on Power Rangers just because of how incredibly super camp it was, but I like the concept. I think if they if they like animated everything better and or did better CGI or something, I would be on board with the idea.
The CGI was pretty on point for a low-budget television show.
I'm talking about the original television show that didn't have CGI. It had people in rubber suits.
Oh, it had a little bit of CGI, and the rubber suit thing continued going on, and it still, you know, budgets being what they are, it was still pretty impressive. Those suits aren't cheap. Actually, rubber suits and stuff like that is what caused the downfall of one of my favorite sitcoms.
Uh-oh.
It was... it was a sitcom that was sort of the...
Thanks, game, for explaining to me how to move a box while I'm moving a box.
That was kind of brilliant. No, a sitcom by one Jim Henson was shut down due to budget issues because the costumes for dinosaurs was really fucking expensive. But it was a brilliant sitcom.
I enjoyed that show.
And if you ever wondered why it went off, it's because it was really expensive and Henson died and nobody wanted to foot the bill to keep it going.
That's a shame.
Which is unfortunate, because it was one of those things that was making a lot of money. Enough to cover that. But
in response to that, I have to say it looks like we're going to need another Jimmy. It did not endorse baby abuse, Burns, while the baby was the one doing the abuse.
Yes.
What is it with these things?
It endorsed baby abusers.
It endorsed the baby beating the shit out of his own father. Because he was not the mama.
If you want to watch...
I don't have time for this.
Kick the Baby with South Park.
She has a very different spark than her grandfather, but if you want to know somebody who is worth watching in the Henson family, you gotta be his granddaughter. His son tried, and his son had immense vision, but he didn't have his dad's skill, which you're comparing somebody to Jim Henson here.
Yeah, that's not fair at all.
Like, she's got the spark. It's way different. But she's got the spark. She actually directed and did all the character design for the movie adaptation of Mirror Mask, which is one of my favorite Henson productions, actually.
Oh, yeah?
She did brilliantly. She did it absolutely brilliantly.
It reminds me of, whatchamacallit? Rhianna Pratchett. Terry Pratchett's daughter?
Yeah.
She's doing a good job with that family legacy, let's say. I don't think she's writing any Discworld books, but she's got a very similar sense of humor that she puts into some video games. Like she did the writing for the Overlord games. Also for Tomb Raider, which is not funny and very serious, actually. Yeah, we've seen this.
Then Yonah!
By the heavens, I have never been treated in such a manner.
I miss you, Vicey.
I'm a being of incalculable importance, and yet you approach me as a common cockroach.
There. So how do we save Yonah?
Once I destroy these shades, the magic barrier preventing your passage should simply disappear.
You can really do that?
I am Grimoire Weiss. My very name brings kingdoms to their knees.
I would love another Overlord game, Nova. I agree. It's been a long time.
You will refer to me by my full and proper name.
Just keep coming.
You should not have turned your blades on me, foul creatures. With a single word.
They don't have blades.
Grimoire Weiss, shatter the very universe itself. Now, prepare to...
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
It seems seems that the frantic bludgeoning you gave me earlier has caused my memory to escape me.
How embarrassing.
For real?
Pages.
You are not nearly as helpful as you claim to be.
And thanks for the spell, but I'm gonna keep chopping them up. Thanks. Boop. Maybe I have to use this.
Did you just suck the blood out of those things?
Bloody soul settles words, and words are power.
Okay.
Is this a memory?
You alright, Weiss? Hang in there.
It would seem I can regain my powers by defeating these monsters.
Give him my blood.
Magic?
Magic indeed. This is the true power of Grimoire Weiss.
Hold on, Yonah. I'm coming. Is that all of them?
That was a lot of children's I just killed. Alright, Gretel. Let's do this.
It seems our task is going to be more
Character
difficult than I
designs are so
first
freaking cool.
envisioned.
I know, right? And they're even better in Automata, generally, I think.
Foolish creatures charge heedlessly into battle. Still, dealing with both of them at once may prove to be a daunting task.
These are some of the, these are especially good ones in this one, I think.
The man who beats his head in a fight is the one who emerges victorious. It's a defensive barrier.
That sounds bad.
Enemies with such barriers are impervious to both weapons and magic.
Like I said, bad.
That said, the enemy cannot move so long as the barrier is in place. Focus your attacks on the other.
The talking book and moving statues? Really?
Come on, jerk.
All too real.
There we go.
lad. Keep your sword high.
They changed.
Love the weird music during this fight.
Read their attack patterns. Now, put it out of its misery.
Whoops.
Learn the pattern of its shots, then finish it off.
I've got my hands full just dodging.
Not really. I clipped him in the back swing.
Now is your chance. Attack with all your might. are naught but a horde of faceless minions. Swat them aside.
Oh, Vicey. He doesn't remember either.
Focus on the small ones first.
No. I refuse to focus on things that aren't here.
One to go. Keep your guard up.
To go? Where have you been?
Right? It's a pretty toothy robot, isn't it?
Yeah. Love that design though. So cool. So weird.
They're pretty good. Also very funky halberds they've got. You have a nice nap?
The shrine's about to collapse.
Just wanted to help by going somewhere incredibly dangerous where I could have been easily murdered.
Oh, I had a D&D related actually earlier.
Ooh.
She has the
Yeah.
Somebody
When did-
described a
talking
6-foot sword as a two-handed greatsword. I said, or no, two-handed longsword. I was like, actually, I'd be a 2.5 to 3-hand greatsword. Thank you.
Right? Also, at least in D&D, longswords don't come in two-handed varieties.
This is so... Yonah has it. I do terrible...
Closest thing to that would be a bastard sword.
Meanwhile, longswords are generally two-handed in the real world. And anything shorter than that is an arming sword.
She doesn't...
Oh, you're back. I
Yeah.
was worried about you.
Yeah.
Now see.
Wait, yeah, it's what there, but what
s-
it
Saffrock does not wield a greatsword, so of course it's one-handed.
Oh, I heard somebody describe that the other day, actually. They're talking about,
A white book
oh, they're, you know, talking about a,
and disease.
guy with a longsword from Final Fantasy, and they're like,
No,
no, is it,
I was just...
they're doing a Final Fantasy cosplay, with a longsword, so it's like, oh, so you mean Cloud? It's like, no, he said longsword, not a buster sword, so it must not be Cloud, must be Sephiroth. I'm like, actually, that's a katana, not a longsword.
Actually, it's not even a katana.
Actually, it's like a thin odachi. I don't know what it would be called, actually. But it's closer to a katana than a longsword, though.
It's what it's called.
I heard about
That
Yonah.
class of sword is actually
know
the
what to
name
say.
of the sword in
I'm
game.
so sorry.
Which
It
is...
One of the lamer aspects of.
Yeah, but what was the name, though?
Final Fantasy VII. Not sure in the pronunciation, but
Well, maybe you can help.
uh,
What do you know about the soul?
Yeah, was it Masamune? Huh? Okay.
yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Wait, you...
I'm not sure of
Yeah.
the pronunciation. To be
Because the
sure.
thing is, Final Fantasy,
When the great
right from the very
Black
first game, they've had a tradition where most, if not all of them, have had a super powerful sword you could find called Masamune.
So the song... And he...
God,
Hey, and if... Then...
no,
So...
but well,
But, yeah, that's
once you arrive, he
the classification of that sword is actually a long, single-edged,
and
curved blade, similar to a katana, but not.
Yeah, it's like a
Similar
katana,
to
but
a-
even bigger.
Similar to a katana in the sense that it is the same type of blade style.
Yeah, it's got the same shape and whatnot, but it's a much bigger. By the way, Nova, is this the trip to the area that changes the story, or is it the second trip later? Because I don't remember.
Yep.
If this is this isn't the full time we kill him either. It's the second one later, I think.
Wait, do you even have toes?
Also, it's worthy of note that while a blade like that could be used one-handed, as they were usually done in an arming method, you would use it one-handed if you had a shorter offhand blade, but if you were only using one, traditionally you'd be wielding it two-handedly.
Sure.
My children want. Look.
Sounds great.
How dare you make me...
Here's your.
You mentioned
thank
those
you.
two swords, Nova, but you didn't mention the third and possibly the most famous of swords that shows up in Japanese folklore. Kusanagi.
Welcome. We've got a wonderful.
I don't think that one's known as much.
Japan's equivalent of Excalibur,
Thanks for your support.
which would have been an earlier version of a katana-like blade before they added the curve. It still would have been single-edged, but it would have been a straight blade rather than a curved blade. Based on when the stories first started.
A non-curved blade in Japan is certainly the exception.
Right, that's definitely one of those oddities.
Sheep hunting. There really is no task too immodest for you.
Hey, it's harder than it sounds. They're really squirrely and they run
Supposedly,
away
there's a
fast.
shrine that holds
So smite them with magic.
Kusanagi that
Aha!
no one is allowed
What is it,
anywhere near.
Shades?
No, you're right. If I use magic, I don't have
I
to
find
get
it funny that
hacks.
they're having this conversation about sheep hunting even though I've already handed in the quest.
What?
Do not yell
Hey.
like a madman every time you come to a realization.
You can save
Which I figured I might as well do just because I had the
Maybe
stuff
you can
already
save the whole
anyway.
world.
Can I, though? I wonder.
I guess I won't use you for kindling after all.
You really should treat omnipotent...
And Nova, I know, said not to bother with getting new weapons, but I figured I might as well get the Lily Leaf Sword. Because it'll be a little stronger between now and when shit changes and it, for some reason, doesn't matter anymore. I've got a lot of medicine anyway. I could potentially buy some salves, I guess. Don't remember how much they cost.
You make a good point on Kusanagi probably not being as well known outside of Japan, of course.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
But especially when you consider, it's a little bit weird though, especially when you consider that a very popular movie
This is a weird
set
place
of
for a
movies, I should
village.
say, series
How are
and
we
manga
supposed to reach
feature
the
a
chief's
character named after it. And that's of course Ghost in the Shell. Which, I don't know, maybe this is me, but I research the etymology of names for characters of anime that I'm into. Of course, to be fair, I knew about Kusanagi before that, but it did cause me to refresh my memory when I started watching Ghost.
Speaking of Japanese stories and whatnot, I found it interesting that in order to help maintain that feeling of classic samurai films, Ghost of Tsushima actually has a filter option where you can play the game in black and white.
Well, that's cool.
Is anyone even here?
I didn't want to, but I think it's cool that they give the option. Just to make it feel more like... Because a lot of the game is about sort of emulating the samurai epics in a lot of ways anyways. Like, you get duels that start off with like those very classical dramatic thing where they just stand there and look at each other for a moment. And then like the one guy uses his thumb to push the sword out of his sheath like just a little bit to signal the beginning of the duel. It's the classic stuff.
Reminds me of a movie that I wish I could see. Unfortunately, the last known copy of it burned, which is really sad. But it was, if I remember correctly, it was called "The Burning of Red Lotus Temple." And it was one of those classic silent samurai films. I would have loved to have seen it, but like I said, unfortunately, the last copy I think burned.
I'm looking for someone who knows about the
So unless somebody has copies sitting in their basement somewhere.
Well, this appears to be a glorious waste of time.
Level 5, I'm so strong. Not like that level 43 pussy was. That got deleted.
She like level 47 by the time that happened?
This must be the chief's house.
I think it was 42 or 43.
Thought it was higher. Either way.
I don't remember.
Wait.
What's up?
I heard an invader.
Uh-oh. Hide.
It would appear there are no powerful shades.
Ah,
An
shit, she's
invaded
onto
body.
us.
The sealed verses would never be found
Kinda
in such a
sus.
place.
She vented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go talk to
Stole
Pokemon and
nothing?
figure out a new plan.
Venting is always sus.
Don't make me use the airlock.
Alright, fine, use the lava pit instead.
Hey!
That's hot.
Literally.
Every once in a while, somebody should channel a little Paris Hilton. Not too much.
No,
Contagious,
never.
But just a little.
Never. No.
Just a little.
I don't know.
Disagree on every level.
The "That's Hot" meme is a meme for a reason.
Yes.
I mean, I'll give you that, but nothing else about her whatsoever.
Other than her haircut. Her haircut's pretty fucking cute.
Yeah, it was okay, I guess.
The heck?
And her makeup was always on point. But I mean, what do you
No.
expect when
It was pretty bad.
Her makeup kit cost more than what most people make me use. So
Considering that, I think she did a pretty terrible job.
Those
Your hands off.
I don't know.
the
I always thought her
flowers.
makeup was pretty on point. She could have standed to do some wings though every once in a while.
Oh, we gotta refer her to Shoe on Head, the Queen of Wings.
Has Shu ever done a
is certainly not to be
like a
trifled with.
makeup tutorial for those who are absolutely fucking blind without their ocular corrections?
I think she might have done a Wings tutorial once.
I need a very specific one for people who are blind without glasses. I just need to hire someone to live with me to do my makeup.
I mean, that sounds fair.
Pay them in bacon.
That's also fair. Bacon for makeup.
Heck?
By
Use the bacon in the makeup.
pages, the girl wields magic.
Maybe not. That stuff's greasy enough already, from what I hear.
The makeup. Have really pretty dark purple liquid lipstick that was just super smooth.
I don't know where Kaine is going, but I'm just gonna wait for her over here.
He's going on an adventure.
sure what that was all about.
The boob
Oh, here-
monster.
Here comes throat testicles over here.
It's Tatonga.
More like Titonga.
Exactly, that's what I said.
I thought you said Tatonga. I think that still works for Tatas.
Oh, come on. Are you serious? What the heck is going on here?
A creature that will never be accused of being a member of the itty-bitty committee.
Stay out of my way!
Idiots!
Oh, there's anything wrong with that.
We are not the focus of her anger.
No,
Guess not.
Beware the shockwave.
some of my favorite people are lifetime members.
Like me. Hey, stop spitting children at me. What's wrong with you?
I've got my platinum
These guys shades
member
too?
card, so
For now.
I didn't know shades could get that big.
The scale of this one is like nothing you've encountered before. Ready your guard.
Oh no, she's encountered it before. I haven't, but she has. Isn't that right, Kaine's grandma?
In fact, you fought bigger.
That woman's mouth is as fierce as her sword work.
I mean, Krendar 1 has fought bigger.
This thing.
True. This is friend 2.
Krendar 2, Electric Boogaloo. Boob Beard. Boob Beard.
pirate boob beard.
The most fearsome of pirates.
Fearsome
Thanks.
and very
I told
wiggly.
you to stay out of the way.
Wiggly jiggly.
She does that pose a lot in this game.
It's a good pose.
For just being weird.
Mm-hmm. It does kind of emphasize that there's something wrong with her.
True.
Imagine keeping your balance like that, though.
The symbols are disappearing.
Is she human?
This one has been possessed by a shade. She exists as neither fully human nor other.
No other.
I feel bad for treating her like one of those things. We have to help her.
I like how you get that particular spell after watching the shade do it.
You're awake. You. I'm sorry we attacked. Oh, you're half.
Now see here. We made our...
It's okay, Weiss. My name's Kaine.
Ah, the name...
And I sleep on a bunch of crates.
Look, nothing good. Get lost. Oh, and one more thing. That monster back there, it's mine. Stay the hell away from it.
Alright.
Half human and a giant shade.
She's kinda pretty, but she's really intense.
True facts.
Intense is the best, trust me. I speak from experience.
I mean,
I mean, he does prove best. He gives up his existence for her.
There you go. I also like how in the ending where he gives in to her request and kills her, he tries to have a little smooch at the end.
Yeah.
There must be a sealed verse inside that enormous
One last
shade.
kiss before you fade
I'm
away.
certain of it.
But he was
Human
too
half
late.
But there's no
lingerie.
way we can take that thing on now.
Mhm.
I need to get
Hey, it's
strong.
what he did.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with being half lingerie.
Of course not.
Being half lingerie just makes it easier when it all comes off. Only half of it has to come off because there's only half there in the first place.
I mean, that definitely describes her underwear. Her panties are definitely only half there.
Yeah.
Easier to work around.
I wonder if anybody actually makes them like that, because I've never seen that before, other than...
Yes.
Kinda.
They
Yes.
do exist.
Yes, they do, and they're quite comfortable, so I've been told repeatedly.
They look uncomfortable. Like, convenient, but uncomfortable.
I've never heard them be called uncomfortable, though, I gotta say. Maybe
I
it's
guess it
because, like, they're not intended to be worn for very long.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're... Otherwise, it'd take quite a while to get used to the
Yonah?
view window in the back.
Oh, I'll go get some medicine.
Wait,
What is...
just
Stop worrying.
Worrying is my job.
The Black Scrawl.
She... Let...
Run.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate this. Earlier, I to 3D print a statuette,
Yeah.
and when I said how big, I was told, and I quote, about the size of 2 stacked AA batteries.
That's pretty specific.
Hey, Popola.
I mean, you can't get any more specific than that without giving an actual number of measurement.
If you want to know why I have 2 dead AA batteries on my computer desk at all times, that's why.
What's that?
it's official.
That sounds perfect.
About 100 millimeters, by the way.
Nice.
Honestly, 2 stacked AA batteries is a better description for me.
Yeah, I kind of describe size the same way. I'm like, about the size of a cup. It's like,
Well-
what cup?
Oh, but that varies wildly, though.
Yeah, by cup, I mean, that doesn't work as well as batteries, because AA battery, that's a standard size.
Yeah.
I understand the whole about the size of a cup thing, because I've done shit like that too. It's like, oh, you know, about the size of a third of an elephant. I think it's the strangest one I've ever used.
Black Scrawl.
That kind of works, though.
Yeah, but what size elephant? They come in various sizes too.
I've heard someone refer to a size as the broadside of a barn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that was an accuracy measurement.
that too. Actually, I made a reference to that earlier on my stream. Toast was talking about the game, about Chivalry that he was playing there,
Mm-hmm.
and
Damn
he
shades.
started
Go away.
talking
That
about how
villager
his
is under
commanding
attack.
officer couldn't hit a target, and he said it did the most polite insubordination ever. It's like, sir, how did you not hit that? And I fell into character. I said,
Die, you
sir, it is of my
beasts.
belief that you could not hit the broadside of a kumquat with a tactical nuke.
Reminds me of one of my favorite sayings of, close... You know the old saying, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades?
Yeah.
I like to expand that one with, close only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and thermonuclear devices.
Nice.
And with the last one, you don't even have to be close.
Actually, here's the thing, is that they work best when you aren't close.
Save me.
Fun fact about thermonuclear bombs is that they don't actually hit a target, they detonate above the target. So if they've hit the target, they've missed.
Yeah.
Which is a funny sentence to be able to say.
Also, we developed fusion bombs long before we developed fusion reactors. Let that sink in.
And it's a sad fact.
And we're still developing the fusion reactor. They're actually building one, I think, in China right now. Giant fucking magnets.
How do they work?
Nobody knows.
At least not people who do shitty music and face paint, anyway.
No, like, nobody knows how magnets work.
Yeah, no, that also... I mean, you and I had that discussion the other day. They're fucking magic.
JFM. Sometimes you just gotta go, it's JFM, yo.
I mean, magnets literally break the law of conservation of energy.
Yep.
In several ways, yeah.
What it is they're the admin cheat code somebody found.
I mean,
Yeah.
water breaks the laws of thermal expansion, which everything else covers. It's like, everything. Make it hot, it gets bigger. Make it cold, it gets smaller. Water, make it hot, it turns into a gas. Cold, it gets giant.
The hot part makes sense, because everything will turn into a gas if you get it hot enough, but the fact that it gets bigger when it gets cold doesn't make any fucking sense. Oh, this isn't the wrong place. Alright, here comes the downfalls of skipping around, as I don't remember who I'm supposed to talk to right now.
I think you're supposed to go towards the shore and deal with the old lady.
Probably. So let's check in the item store for a second.
A shaman? Hey, but...
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, shaman fish.
I don't
That's
know if
what you're looking for.
Oh, yeah. Also... these things are 1,000. Well, I guess I'll buy 2. Alright, that means I'm supposed to talk to the fisherman.
Yep. Would say, oh, just buy it from the fish shop, but that save don't exist anymore.
Huh? But I won't.
Yep.
Oh, how do you? You gotta move here. Fishing is.
What save? I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
So shaman fish. Do I get that here or over at the shore over there? Do you remember?
You get it from the far
Let's head
shore.
over to that beach the fisherman mentioned.
Because I believe you get more salmon and carp from this shore, and shaman fish more from this side.
The biggest issue, going back to what happened before I had to mute myself, sorry about that, with, and addressing what Burns said here, with fusion reactors, is that hitting that temperature, really easy. Sustaining that temperature, really fucking hard.
Oh, and of course now I get a black pearl super easily, of course.
That said, if they do succeed in getting it fired up and stabilized, it will solve a major problem we're having on Earth right now. There's a helium shortage, and a byproduct of a fusion reaction with hydrogen is metric fuck
We're all
tons
set.
of helium.
Nice.
So that'll be cool. It's
Yeah, I
not
bet
like
you
we
are
can
tired,
just
lady.
say
Bye. Yeah, I heard you.
She's not letting you escape.
What you?
Are you?
No.
Why you?
See ya.
that.
See ya, bitch. God, I hate her. She's got reasons to be angry at the townsfolk, but she's got no reason to be such a bitch to strangers.
Yeah, she's old. That's what old people do.
Yeah, fuck them.
Don't ever catch the old. It's terminal.
It'll kill you eventually. sooner or later.
Take me out back and old yeller me once I hit 60.
That might be a little
If
early.
I hit it.
I'll say 80.
You never get old. It doesn't matter how big that number gets.
Oh, I'll never grow up, that's for sure.
I mean, in your own head, the number that constitutes old is always changing.
Yeah.
Except for me, I'm already old.
And the number doesn't
No, you're
matter.
not.
It's your mentality.
Yeah.
If you can stay young at mind, young at heart, then everything else just doesn't matter.
Exactly.
I've been old at mind for a long time, except for a couple months ago where I sort of regressed, and I've been in a really good place.
Good.
Places are good.
I'm back to the point of someplace I haven't been in a long time. It's like seeing myself live past 40. I can do it.
Also, hopefully your hopefully those Skittles will help elevate that a bit more.
Yeah, that's sort of what caused it. I still am a nervous wreck over the blood panels, but
I'm sure it'll go fine, and once you get past it, it'll be gravy.
yeah, that
All right,
just
let's have a quick break though.